Welcome to October, Monday with Mark. We're going to talk about how we train future scientists in veterinary medicine to be researchers. So one of the areas I'm most proud about is our DVM PhD program. It's had over 40 graduates. We have currently 20 plus students in our program throughout the school, looking at so many different aspects of translational medicine, animal health, human health, environmental health. Let's go meet some of them. I'm here with Dr. Brian Bird, and Brian is a phenomenal example of a research scientist. He completed his DVM and his PhD here at UC Davis, and now is a faculty member, and just recently was awarded a great new grant on infectious disease and how to help animals in people in Africa.
The work we have coming up is a large project to study a disease called Rift Valley fever. And Rift Valley fever is a viral zoonosis, or a disease that can be spread between animals and people.
Yep.
It's carried by mosquitoes found all over eastern and southern Africa. Some of the largest outbreaks have affected literally tens of millions of animals.
Millions of animals.
Millions of animals. So a huge impact on livestock in general across much of Africa. This is a vaccine we've been working on in our laboratory for almost 15 years. And the origins of it actually started when I was a student here at UC Davis in the veterinary school doing my PhD work in the early days.
This is a vaccine that you've already developed and proven is effective with animals, and now your next step is to determine its effectiveness in people. Is that correct?
That's right.
Well, I remember being able to visit you in Tanzania last year, visiting Ifakara, and just so impressed with the partnership, their willingness to, help really see how this can make a huge positive impact. If this works, this is something that will affect many countries and many, many thousands of people.
If we can prove the vaccine safety and effectiveness, and it could be able to be used to protect the rest of the countries of the world. Yeah.
Wow. Can you tell me a little bit more about your career journey, how Davis helped you with that?
The journey I've taken has been really tremendous, and I think it shows not only where scientific curiosity can lead you as a scientist, but also it's really the team. One Health, veterinary medicine, human health, all working together to try to solve these complex challenges, because no one person and no one line of training or thought has the answers.
Right.
It takes a team.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I'm here with Dr. Sarah Thomasy, who's a product of our DVM PhD program and who runs a wonderful comparative ophthalmology program and research here. So I know dogs are wonderful research models because they get the same naturally occurring diseases many times that humans get. And if I understand correctly, glaucoma and retinal degeneration in animals can be a really important model to study human health. Sarah, tell me a little bit more about your work.
The disease that we see in people, and actually my dad has this disease, it's called Fuchs endothelial corneal dystrophy.
Wow.
The canine equivalent is called, or the dog equivalent is called corneal endothelial dystrophy. And so we have this amazing natural disease model in our dogs.
Right.
So we can study new therapies in dogs, help dogs, and then help people.
So you will come up with, or people will come to you with potential ways to treat this disease in eyes in dogs, and you can determine in less than a year if this is going to be effective in the dog and potentially effective in people.
Exactly.
You did your DVM PhD here. How did that then influence where you are today?
The DVM PhD was absolutely critical because I learned the physiology and the biology and the important disease processes in the veterinary degree that I could then study in the PhD, and then when I fell in love with eyes, I could translate that to ocular pharmacology and toxicology.
I can feel your passion today, and whenever we talk about training the next generation, right? I mean, you've been so involved with having summer research students, getting the next generation of clinical scientists, DVM PhD students for the future. That's really impressive to see.
I mean, there's nothing more important than training the next generation. The people are the best part of the job.
This last month, we were able to highlight many of the ways that our students get involved in research. So our STAR students had a poster session, which was a wonderful way for them to show the entire school the activities from this last summer. Our global program students also were able to present in video format the research they did all over the globe. And then we had our research week, which was a great way for our students who are thinking about research in the future to understand what are the different availabilities across the school. So one more thing I want to talk about. So with it being October, it is also Halloween time. And what a perfect time to talk about discovery and science. So we're bringing the entire faculty, staff, and students together for a costume party, Halloween party on October 27th. It's also our 75th celebration, a year-long celebration, a great time for us to gather.